Everyone talks about Arcane's animation, but almost nobody is noticing what actually makes it feel so good. I'm an animator and I'm going to break it down so you can see the exact techniques they're using to make it hit this hard. If you want direct feedback on your animation and help fixing issues like weight, timing and posing, I offer one-on-one sessions, link in the description. So let's take a look at this little moment here, where this character is shooting this bad guy that's coming towards him or her. And what I really liked was the way he is dodging every time. The run has obviously like normal human run poses in there, but it's unconventional, the way it snaps forward and backwards and like the transitions between the poses, which clearly works for this character because it's supposed to be a non-human character, right? It's supposed to be this bad guy, but it's really cool how it goes from this pose, look at that pose, from the hand goes from there to there, and all of a sudden snaps there. Very big spacing across 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden, like, we hold that pose for 1 frame. So it's snap, hold that pose while I'm moving forward, snap, which gives it this really sharp and jerky feel. And you know what's helping us read these fast motions as well is the line of the green line is helping us track where they're actually going. It's being used as like a smear or a motion blur, which is really cool because he moves so fast that we're barely tracking what he or she's doing. But then these lines that are kind of trailing behind are really helpful. He's coming in this direction if you pay attention, and all of a sudden, like, the animator doesn't want the bad guy to keep running in a straight line in one direction. You want to break that up and do some interesting stuff, right? Because we've got all this space over here, right? We want to make the most of it, and you want to find ways to make it more entertaining. So you don't want to just like run in a straight line. So what does he do? He does like some jerky movements around here. Click, click, and then he gets ready. Like, he positions his body, tilts his body, gets his leg there to get into this little space. Well, not little, but that area. See what happens all of a sudden? Snap over 1 frame. We already know he's coming from screen left to right. Look at that, over 1 frame. So he's in this pose where he's got his arms back, very Naruto kind of. Holding this back is very cool in the sense that when he does swipe across, we're going to see this massive line going across the screen. Just make this pen a bit bigger. It's going to help us read that transition of, I've got my hands around here. When I swing that sword or blade, I'm going to have to cover all this area and like that. There we go. So the first frame he's got there, it's getting close. There's an ease out. Big swipe. This is a moment where you can actually do a smear frame, guys. That's pose 1. That's pose 2. There's a very small anticipation, and you'll see this happening a lot in Arcane. This is the pose for the hand or the arm. It goes up ever so slightly, and look at the next frame. Bang. It's all the way here. And what they're doing is, you'll have one pose. I'm starting to come out of that pose, all the way there. And they'll use the in-between as a just this blur, like they're using it with, that's to create this massive line of speed. So look where the hands are. This is the first pose, it's almost a straight line. The second pose is an ease out. You can see it's moving forward ever so slightly. The third pose is so extreme. Like, we have all this space around here that it covers. And it's being used specifically like that, so this green line can be used to create that smear. And it's specifically done like that. Look what happens. 2 frames there. First pose, it's moving out, big smear. Now we've hit our extreme pose, let's ease in, stay around there. See, it's not continuing. It's, I'm here, I get there, we use the middle for that big passing smear. Cool. And then we have our hero character coming in. Yeah, I think it's super cool. So when even the way she comes into the scene is awesome. Like, I just kept watching her clips. So she jumps up, comes in for a super power punch. Nice. All right. So how many frames is this? One, two, 6, 74 frames, something like that. Cool. So she jumps up, comes down for a punch, and we have a slow motion bang, very Matrix bullet time mode, which is, I mean, it's super cool. This is one of the most common issues I see. It looks fine at first, but then something feels off. I go through their animation and show them exactly what to fix. I've had students improve very quickly once they see things very clearly.
But I'm struggling where to pick up the detail with the fingers.
Try to simplify the fingers. There's a lot of controls.
Yeah, I did do that. You read my mind.
That's fine. Just grab all the hands, grab all these guys. So maybe something like this.
I did the hands, and then you uploaded the video, and I watched the video.
Did you find it useful?
Oh yeah, really useful. It showed me I definitely had to adjust my poses.
So if you want help like that on your own work, you can check out the link below. You know, she could just be jumping up in this direction, like looking upwards, leg up, this one down, getting ready for the attack. But the animator has chosen to have the character backwards. Like she jumps with her back towards us, like her face is away from us like this. So we're just seeing her back as she jumps up, which is nice because as she's jumping up, she goes from a slouching pose to a straight pose. And look, as she goes up, then she starts to rotate and reveal herself. So remember we had her looking away from us, just see the back. And as she jumps up, she turns around, there's a reveal, and as she turns around, she opens her hands out, her body out. She holds that pose for a beat, or maybe like a second or just under a second. And then she comes straight towards camera. She's leaning forward, but as she's leaning forward, her leg is kicking back. She's like winding this punch behind her, so her arm is like this. You know, just really getting that fist ready. And the cool thing is if you noticed that little smoke in the background, it's whenever she pulls, I think it's her like, it's like a pistol, like a mechanical pistol fist. When she pulls it back, it's bringing the smoke up like an anticipation for, I'm gearing up to punch. Just like a steam engine on an old train. It's really building up like pressure and getting ready to explode. That's what I'm getting from it. And as she gets very close, what's happening here is if you follow her face, this is done deliberately. There, you would expect her face to be out of camera, but we're just swiping it across. See what's happening? If you follow, there's an arc for the face itself, and it's deliberately done obviously like that to make sure we're able to read it well. And then she's almost side on. We catch up with her, but to keep her energy like flowing forward, we catch up with her and she's like, nope, zooms off. It's like a burst of energy. Just before she impacts him, bang. I really like impact frames. If you guys know about impact frame, it's usually in anime where it's used for impact. Whenever characters slices, explosions, punches, kicks, usually on combats. But it happens on like spaceships exploding, buildings exploding. It's usually a like variation of monochrome of white and black exploding to show the sheer power of the explosiveness of whatever just happened. There we go, see? Yeah, and all these lines are kind of like referring to the explosiveness of what just happened. It's kind of radiating from here outwards. And you'll see this in a lot like One Piece. What else is there? Like Dragon Ball Z did it a lot, long time ago, Akira Toriyama stuff. And you'll see every time they're fighting, it's like a punch, it flips, and then look, the opposite as well now. There we go. So the background is now black. And then we come out of that, and she's just holding this awesome pose, like very strong pose that they created. You know, the punch is the main thing, so we want to see that straight arm. And it's gone into this bang, really slow-mo, holding that pose. That's the whole point, is just to hold this pose. And really, the aim is to hold this pose and show the impact of it. And using small elements like a gust of wind, the pressure going away, the wind blowing across the camera, and small little parts of the evil bad guy robots thingamajig, whatever that guy is. Crystals exploding from his screen. That was kind of like, you know, his helmet is made of glass and steel, so the glass area is shattering. It's all to like exaggerate and make it, well, to make it super cool, but at the same time exaggerate the impact that just came upon this guy. And then I think it will go out of slow-mo into fast-mo again. Oh, we go it's quite close. Yeah, we go into slow-mo, and then she's pushing through that even more. Bang, and we're seeing it, that crash. I mean, it's so nice. It's animated on like 2s. Sometimes you'll have like, if you keep an eye on this smoke, so frame 1, 2, 1, 2. See how that smoke is static for 2 frames? But then the pink smoke moves, and then you'll have the pink smoke static for 2 frames, but the blue smoke moves. That's usually used in anime where they're animating on 2s or 3s, and they don't want to move everything at the same time. So, and it's also the style that they're trying to go for an anime kind of style. So some things will move, some things won't move, but you won't have everything static on 2 frames at the same time. Yeah. I hope that helps, guys. To find out more about my workshops or one-on-one feedback sessions, join the Discord channel. You can find it on the homepage. Click over here and just click on the Discord channel link. You can join the channel and you can communicate with me over there, or you can reach out to me by email, 11roninworkshop@gmail.com.